So now we are going to understand why TypeScript is needed. So first of all, it provides static typing. That means TypeScript introduces static typing, allowing developers to define types for variables. That's what we did. We can also do it for variables or functions, and also the return types of the functions and some other methods, right? So this helps us catch type related errors during the development. That means after running, you would see the error in JavaScript, but in TypeScript you would see the error while you are just typing the code. Okay, so it makes getting the errors very fast, and also it provides help us to write better code and documentation for readability, right? So you can see after that we have one more point, that is early error detection. So it has static type system in TypeScript. That means it helps catch errors during the development. As you write the code, you would see the error. So before the code actually runs, you can still see the error. Okay, so this reduces runtime errors and leads to more stable code. Okay, so if you are writing the code and you see the error, so you can solve it quickly. But if you just finish your code and then you are running that code into your browser, then you see the error, so it's becoming very difficult to solve that error in JavaScript. So that's how TypeScript is helpful. It would give you the error as you write the code, so you can solve it at that specific time easily, right? Then after that, it enhanced tooling support. So TypeScript provides rich tooling support through IDEs like Visual Studio Code, which we are using. It offers features like code navigation, auto completion, refactoring tools, and real-time error checking, enhancing developer productivity. So we are going to actually use these different kind of options which we have in VS Code editor, which we have. So we are going to see that how we get errors in there. Okay, then after that, it provides code maintainability. So with TypeScript's type annotations, which we are going to learn, like different types, numbers, strings, booleans, etc., code becomes more self-documenting and easier to understand. This aids in code maintenance and collaboration among developers, particularly in large code bases, right? And then we have improved IDE support. That means IDEs with TypeScript support offer enhanced features like intelligent code suggestions, parameter hints, and automatic refactoring, making the development faster and more efficient. Okay, so now after that, we have compatibility with JavaScript. That means what you learned in JavaScript, you are going to use the same in TypeScript. It's just that extra features are going to be added. Okay, so TypeScript code can also be easily transpiled into JavaScript. That means you can easily write your JavaScript code into your TypeScript, or you can convert your TypeScript code to JavaScript, which we are going to see later on. Okay, so now ensuring compatibility with all JavaScript runtimes and environments. That means whatever features which you are having in JavaScript, whatever skills which support JavaScript, for example, Node.js supports JavaScript, React.js supports JavaScript, Next.js supports JavaScript, you can write the TypeScript code also now in Node.js, Next.js, or whatever you are thinking which is using JavaScript, right? So again, here we have mentioned that here are the top 3 technologies which we have in MERN stack, which actually uses TypeScript, right? So first of all, we have React.js, then we have Node.js, then we have Next.js. So actually TypeScript brings similar benefits across all these 3, because all these 3 actually use JavaScript. So obviously the same kind of code would be there, same functionality, same features, same benefits. So it improves code quality, providing type safety, enhancing developer productivity within these environments. So obviously you know that when you get errors in these and you're just running the code, then you get the error, so it becomes very difficult to actually find the cause of that error. So instead of that, we actually have TypeScript, which would directly give you the error once you start writing the code. That would be better, that would save a lot of time. It would actually save a lot of energy. If someone else is monitoring your code, then obviously it would be saving a lot of time and resources and energy of others also, right? So its adoption continues to grow due to these advantages in various parts of modern web development stack. Although apart from these, we actually have a different kind of frameworks of JavaScript like AngularJS or Vue.js. There also you can use TypeScript, right? And you can also TypeScript alone also. If you don't want to learn any of these, you are going to use TypeScript alone also. That's what we are going to do in this specific module. We are just going to learn about TypeScript only, not anything else. Okay, but yeah, for knowledge I taught you. Now we are going to see what actually happens in your browser. So all you know that your browser supports JavaScript, right? But your browser doesn't support TypeScript. That must be clear in your mind. That means TypeScript is the newer thing, and it doesn't your browser doesn't support TypeScript. So what actually happens is your TypeScript code is at the end converted into JS. okay, using TypeScript compiler. That means we often call it TSC, and you would see a command named as TSC in your later on in the upcoming part. So TSC is TypeScript compiler, which actually converts your TypeScript code into JavaScript code. Then your JavaScript code is suitable for your browser. Okay, I hope the logic is clear. Your TypeScript code, whatever code you write in TypeScript, either in React.js, Node.js, wherever you are, first it would be converted into your JavaScript code, then it would be sent to your browser. Although this conversion time is very less, but yeah, still it's converted. Okay, so you don't need to worry about the conversion time. It's not a very big amount of conversion time that would cause your application to be slow. It's not like that, a very minimum amount, because the code is almost same. You can see the code is almost same, and TypeScript is just having some extra features. So it would provide you some error, it would actually save you some errors and like that. Okay, so we'll see that how it actually works later on. But yeah, TypeScript code is converted into JavaScript, then it's sent to your browser, right? So now let's continue. For what are the prerequisites? So till now we have covered a lot, and we have always talked about JavaScript, right? So JavaScript is the prerequisite, and we have already covered JavaScript in the module 1 or 2, I guess, so you can check that. So it's the prerequisites, right? So it's in the prerequisite, you must know JavaScript, and if you know other tech, like if you have worked on Node.js or if you have worked on React.js, which we have talked till now in our Month Stack series, so that would be better. You can check out that, and you would know the prerequisite. The main prerequisite of this TypeScript is JavaScript. You must know JavaScript before learning TypeScript. Okay, you can't directly learn TypeScript if you want to go with the trend. No, first you must know JavaScript, then you can go with TypeScript, because at the end the code is almost same, and if you know JavaScript, you can easily learn TypeScript within a few hours, I would say. Okay, that's why, right? So now let's continue with the installation part, what exactly we need in the installation of our TypeScript. Okay, so let's continue. So first of all, guys, what exactly would you need is, you just need a few things, like you would be using Node.js or you would be using VS Code. So let me just show you one by one, although we have already installed and you can check my installation videos, but specifically for TypeScript I'm going to do that for you all again. Okay, so I would just simply type Node.js, and here you would just simply go with the LTS. Okay, so LTS, long-term support, I would just go with this, although you can go with the current also, but this is not the I would just say reliable one. Reliable one is always the LTS version. Okay, so once you download this, the setup would be downloaded. Okay, and also guys, you need to search for VS Code. Okay, so although we have already installed VS Code, you can check out a specific video, or you can just follow this. So you just need to go to this website, download for free, and it would be downloaded. Okay, so once your setup would be downloaded, you can install that. Okay, actually I have I think I have downloaded the wrong one or something. Okay, so it's actually downloaded, which one, let me just check. Okay, actually I think there is some issue here. Okay, actually guys, there is some issue. I have used the same Google account in my Mac OS, that's why it's downloading for Mac OS. So let me just re-download Node.js, that would be better. So I would just download Node.js, now it would be better. So I'll just go here, and hopefully this time it downloads. Okay, it's downloading the tar version. Okay, just a second. Yes, actually guys, what you can do is you can simply come here and other downloads, and here I would just click on Windows installer. So now it would be fine. So you can see I would get the MSI installer. That's fine. Okay, so you must get the MSI installer if you're using Windows, or for Mac OS, for something else you might get it, right? So now it's fine. So I got the Windows version. Now similarly I would just go for the VS Code. So VS Code, and again you just need to go to VS Code, and here I would just go here and I would just simply click on this stable Windows installer. Okay, that's it. So you can see the setup for Windows would also be downloaded. Now if I first of all install Node.js, so I would automatically come here and this setup would open up. So let's wait for the setup to open, and also till then this would also be downloaded. So guys, now you can actually see that the setup for Node.js is here. So you can simply click on next, and mine is already there, so I would just simply click on this and next, and then this would be done. Okay, the setup would be installed easily, right? And similarly, if you are talking about VS Code, again what you have to do is just open the setup of VS Code. We just now download it, just accept next. Actually here just check all the options below, four options. Okay, then next, install. That's it. So your VS Code would also be installed, and then after that guys you need to go for TypeScript. So now here I would actually search for TypeScript. Okay, I would search for TypeScript. Now here what I have to do is, here you can see try TypeScript now. So if I click on try TypeScript, so what you would do is, here I have to simply type something. Okay, here you can actually type something, so you can actually convert your TypeScript into something else. For example, if I just remove this first of all, and here guys I would simply say, suppose I would just say let name, and suppose my name type is string. Okay, so string equals, and I would just say hj. Okay, hj. So here you can actually see that cannot redeclare block script. Okay, actually I think I must name it something else. uh okay, now it's actually fine. I think name must be some default variable for them. So you can actually see that this is code written in TypeScript, where I have actually defined my type. Okay, where I have actually defined my type, and I have actually converted into JavaScript code. You can see it's converted into JavaScript code. Okay, suppose if I write some number 1 2, what would happen? So you can actually see I'm getting an issue. This type number is not assignable to type string. Here I've said that full name must be a string, but here you have provided a number, so you are actually getting an issue. But if I talk about normal JavaScript, if I'm talking about normal JavaScript, this is totally allowed. This is totally allowed, right? So this was the problem with JavaScript. Even if you want a string, you can't just say it's a string. You are giving number, and JavaScript is okay with that. Okay, so even if you want to add some logic here, that's very complicated, right? So TypeScript is very helpful, and you just said that full name must be a string, and if you're providing a number, then you would get an issue, right? So this must be a very good way. It would allow us to easily tackle things and easily solve issues, and would actually help us if you are writing very big code, and it would solve easiest way. Okay, so you can see you're getting the error like this, and then you can fix the error easily, right? So this is the TypeScript conversion of JavaScript. Okay, so now if I just go back, and I would actually go here, and I would just say on your computer via npm. So you can see download TypeScript. TypeScript can be installed through these installation methods. So I would simply install it via npm. Okay, so for that you actually need to type this in your terminal. Okay, so you would simply copy this. Actually I need to do some things extra. So yeah, here you can see that VS Code is also there. So what I have to do is, I would simply come back here, and guys what I would do is, inside this one tutorials, I would just simply create a new folder for TypeScript. So typescript TypeScript.